Yeah,
I want to ask you about my own father.
Sure.
We can't sit with him for 5 minutes without him commenting on something.
In a negative way? You have to blow him up every time.
Yeah. You got to be comfortable making it uncomfortable for him.
My dad, when he was on his deathbed, he used to throw at me when I would come and visit him. And I told my mom, I said, I'm not going to see him
anymore. Yeah.
And she was like, he's your father. You don't know how long I go. I'm okay with that. I didn't go see him. And then when he passed away, they were like, could you go and identify the body? And I went and identified the body, and I took the pictures off the wall, and I was like, guess who won?
And then one of the orderlies was like, where did you get a bottle of champagne? Sir, you cannot drink alcohol in here, you have to put out that cigar.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man.
I want to ask you about my own father.
Sure.
So as he grew up, he became more like a child,
In what way?
That annoying child in school who would just criticize or bully everyone for everything.
Is he doing that to you?
We can't sit with him for 5 minutes without him commenting on something.
In a negative way?
In a negative way. Like, he came from travel a week ago. I picked him up from the border. They traveled by land.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he gets in the car, maybe less than 5 minutes into the drive, he's like, what's with your new profile picture on WhatsApp? It looks ugly. Like, actually ugly. It's a very noisy picture. Why don't you change it?
Okay.
And
Harry, you want to, I could give
I'll tell you what you do. I don't know which side of the road you drive on, but you pull over and you go, oh, you don't like the WhatsApp picture? Get the fuck out of the car.
No, you can't.
If I do that, he'd be like, get the fuck out of the house.
Well, that's the problem with living in the house, but basically you got to go, don't worry about it. Mind your business. Stop insulting.
I don't know if you can't say,
you
can't say, you can't say mind your business, right?
You can't?
No, I don't know. I'm asking.
In his culture?
I'm asking.
You can say it if you want to take the consequences.
And what would the consequences be?
You get kicked out of the house, and then...
Would he go that far as to kick you out of the house?
If I kick him out of the car in the middle of the road, maybe.
No, I mean, you're not if you...
I'm exaggerating about kicking him out of the car. But my point is this. You go, don't talk to me like that. Don't worry about my picture. Stop insulting people.
Yeah,
and then
ask the question. Why would you talk to me like that? Why would you say something that's hurtful? Why would you say something when it's hurtful like that? You're my father, I love you, and I respect you, and you're being hurtful. What would he say to that?
He'll say you're too sensitive, or I'm just telling you my.
And then you go, whether it's not I'm sensitive or not, you're hurting my feelings. Now, if you don't give a fuck about you wouldn't say give a fuck. If you don't care about the fact that you're hurting my feelings, I understand, and then I know how to adjust to that.
I think we did say this to him before this.
No, I'm saying you got to say it to individual.
The moment I open my mouth, everyone is butthurt. You didn't say butthurt, but something like that meaning.
Okay, and then you repeat it again. You have hurt my feelings. Do you care or you don't care? You don't care that you've hurt my feelings. You got to keep pushing it on him.
See, here's the thing, though. I don't like the hurt my feelings part because I don't think his feelings are hurt. It's more that
his feelings are hurt.
It's more the annoyance and disrespect.
Yeah, but it's hurtful that you're dealing with that. This is your father treats you.
Depends on the situation.
But the point is, you're letting him know that this is you're intentionally hurting my feelings. I'm asking you to not talk to me like that. And what would he say if you said that?
I already know.
The most we got out of him was he'd just be quiet.
Okay. And then you go, that's fine. And then you have to say, but if you're just going to be quiet, understand that if you overstep that boundary, then I'm just not going to engage with you. And then what you do is when is this your whole family that's having this problem with him?
Yes. Even with my mom, I'm feeling her. He's pushing everyone away.
So he's being abusive.
And even with my mom, it's constantly criticizing. The moment he comes and sits with us, just vitriol pouring out.
Okay, then what you have to do is, I mean, I don't know if your mom is going to do that, but then when he comes in the room and he starts to vitriol, you get up and you leave.
That's what we do.
Yeah. And
That's what we do.
And what does he do? What is his response when he does that? When you do that?
He just sits there, and then his ADHD kicks in, and he will come follow us and nitpick about shit.
Yeah, but you gotta remove yourself from him. You got to remove yourself from it. And when when he does,
if I'm on the same floor, he's either gonna follow me or
then you have to turn around and go, "Hey, I left the room because you're being rude
because
and
you're being abusive. And if you're gonna be abusive, please don't follow me.
Leave me alone." And you have to consistently do that over and over again. And look, here's the reality: not everyone in your family is going to do it because it's a cultural thing to respect your father. So you can't expect your family to do it. You have to do it yourself because he's not going to stop doing it.
And if they don't do it, then what he's going to do, he's just going to take advantage of them. Like he's going to be abusive to them. But what you have to do is you have to, anytime as soon as he starts, in mid-sentence, you got to get up and remove yourself. And if where you going? You go, you're being abusive, and I'm not going to sit here for it.
What I do now is just remove myself.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But you're bothering me, and I'll leave.
But if he follows you, you got to go. Listen, I don't want you.
You can't let him pretend that nothing.
It didn't happen.
Because my dad is the same way, in the sense that my dad will act like nothing happened, or he'll be like, "Oh, you're being sensitive," and then he just regroups and does it again.
Yeah,
you have to make it uncomfortable for him every time he does it. Every single time. Like so it's uncomfortable for him. And everyone in the room knows it. And I don't care if it's in the middle of family dinner.
Yep.
I don't care if you're cutting the grass, whatever it is.
If you got company, you got whatever, you stop. You're being abusive. It's unkind for you. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be loud. But you got to point. You're being nasty and unkind.
Dude, I don't care if it's in a mosque.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get up and go pray somewhere else.
Don't treat me like that. I'm not going to let you treat, and then you move yourself. But you can't like what Harry's saying, because Harry kind of had that where he was.
My dad's very similar.
Yeah, yeah.
Very similar. He says what he says, and then you go, what is that? Oh, I'm just either relaxed, tries to throw it on you, like you're too sensitive. No, I didn't mean that, blah, blah, blah.
I'm just giving advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you gotta hold that. You gotta hold that unless he acknowledges. And if he doesn't acknowledge it, then you gotta constantly remove him from your space. Because here's the thing: the bottom line is he's doing this because he wants attention, and he follows you because he wants attention, right? But if you're not giving, eventually what'll happen is he will learn that he can't say it and get away with it, and then he'll start to
you at least.
Yeah.
Don't expect your family to follow suit, man, because most people don't.
The funny part is that I thought about this actively for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And most people, like even the therapist I used to go to, he's like, "Oh, can you change anything about your parents?" I'm like, "Not really." And I'm like, "Okay, so the only thing you can change is yourself." But after a lot of thinking myself, I got to the same conclusion that you did.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not you.
Here be like, "Oh, it's your parents, you have to respect them." Blah, blah,
but
blah,
you have to hold him verbally responsible. You have to say it so that he doesn't, because the bottom line is when you have a situation like that, it's because he doesn't respect you. He doesn't respect you as a man.
Yeah.
So, like, my dad was the same way, and it was like, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. So, my dad, I used to tell this story all the time. Like, I used to borrow my dad's car, right? And then my father would always find a way to bitch about something, right? So, I mean, this is when I was like in my 20s, maybe 19, 20, and I was like, I went to see some chick in the Bronx. And
I mean, in all fairness, you did a lot of damage in the back seat of that car.
But he didn't know that. He never went in the back, right? And I gave him the car back, and I don't know if you have lifesavers, but I had like a mint, right? And then the mints are wrapped in like a foil paper, and there was a piece of foil paper, maybe the size of a quarter of a dime, right? Or what our money would be, like really small, maybe like like a half a millimeter, right? Of foil paper. I left it on it fell out of my pocket anyway. And he comes in ranting and raving, and he goes, you're throwing garbage, you're dumping garbage all over the front seat. Yeah. Like, you don't care about the car.
Respect nothing.
It's not you don't respect nothing. And this is all me and your mother have is this car, and you don't respect me and you don't respect your mother.
He really did turn it into Raisin in the Sun.
Oh boy, it was bridges, fences. And I was like, so I said, wait a minute. So because of this piece of foil, because I went out and cleaned it, like maybe I left something.
Maybe I left something. You see a piece of foil.
This is what you're yelling at me about. And he goes, you don't give a damn, you don't respect us. And I go, I go, so you think I don't respect you because of this piece of foil. I don't respect you or my mother. I go, don't worry about it. I'll never use your car again. Right? I was 19, right? Fast forward, winter time comes around. We have snow here. He goes, listen, go and, if you can, dig my car out and move it to the right side of the street because we have alternate side parking, right? I go, absolutely not. And he goes, what do you mean, absolutely not? I go, I told you before, I'll never drive your car again. Never. He goes, you're being. I go, well, whatever you want, but right. I'm not touching your car. I remember one time we were driving to Virginia and he was falling asleep behind the wheel. And he was like, why don't you take the wheel? I'm tired. I go, no, absolutely not. We can pull over. You can take a nap. We can get a motel. I said, but I refused. I told you that I would not. And anytime he needed me to, I was like, I'd do it right back in his face.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. When even after he had his stroke, he was like, I need you. I go, oh, no. You gotta. But what he learned from that was that I'm about my business. Like but which is interesting because I learned to keep my word because of him. He was the one that taught me that. Yeah.
But he didn't
expect me to reflect back on him.
But he also didn't use it with you when it came to you, because keeping your word is by coming in there and going, you threw garbage all over the car is not keeping your word. It was a tiny piece of, even if it was a full gum wrapper.
Yeah.
That's not throwing garbage, throwing all over my car.
He was 80 and he couldn't drive anymore.
Yeah.
And they were like, look, can you drive? Oh, no.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You will not. I will not drive your car. If you love what we're doing here, go to patreon.com. It's the best way to support us and check out all the bonus content.
That's right. Patreon.com/manschool202. We do weekly bonus episodes. We do listener mail, dating tips. And also, if you love the show, you can go back to the archives starting from episode 1. All the episodes will be there at patreon.com/manschool202.
There's a thing you said that was interesting when you started this question, was like that your father is acting like a child. He's not acting like a child. You're kind of almost giving him a little bit too much leeway by saying that. He's acting like a jerk.
Yeah.
A child doesn't know any better. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's insulting people.
Yeah.
And he knows it's hurting people's feelings, but he doesn't care because he's either bitter. I don't know the reason why he's doing it.
It doesn't even matter.
But it doesn't matter.
You don't put up with it.
I confronted him about it multiple times. When I was preparing, for example, this is one example of many. When I was preparing for my marriage with my ex for the party, a lot of times when we were with other men, he would put me down.
Yeah.
In order to sound funny or to show that.
Now, did you check him?
I know.
No, he didn't check.
You didn't.
And
check
I checked him in front of the other people multiple times.
What did you say?
People in front of our neighbor, my uncle. He just doubled down.
And he goes. But then what you do is you talk to your neighbors. You go. You see how disrespectful my dad is. This is how he talks about his son. You wouldn't do
right
that.
In front of them.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that to your son, would you?
See how nuts he is?
See how disrespectfully.
To him, he will quiet down. But if I speak to him, he doesn't.
Yeah, my dad's the same way.
My uncles told him, your son is right, which happened multiple times, by the way.
Yeah.
Even before, about other subjects. He'd be putting me down in front of them, telling them how stupid whatever I'm saying is, and be like, no, your son is right. He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
and they'll give him the evidence for it.
But
and
this
he'll
is
believe them, but not
right,
me.
right. But you have to blow him up every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
And I've been in your position, Ahmed, with the same thing with my father, which is I'm sure you are checking him.
Yeah, but not enough.
But not enough, meaning you have to check him every single time. My dad, to this point, we still communicate via text. I don't speak to him on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to take his calls. I told him specifically because he doesn't know how to behave on a phone call. So I told him also, I go, I'm going to call you out on every single lie that you tell me. And he tells me things about my grandfather. My grandfather caught a urinary tract infection. So I start going, well, this is what I told you would happen at the hospital. Well, he had 2 of those while he was home. I said, that's inaccurate. That information is false.
You're a liar.
You are lying. He did not have 2 urinary tract infections from November of 2024 until April 2025. That never happened. And then what he'll do is he will stop responding. But what he used to do was he'd fight me back on it. Now he just stops responding because I literally said, I am going to call you out on every single lie you tell me, big or small, significant or not. Right? So you have to hit him continuously. To the point where if he tells you that your shirt is you're wearing a red shirt and it's maroon, you go, that's
incorrect.
That is incorrect. You get up and you walk out of the room.
Yeah.
You have to make it so uncomfortable that, and it's not going to be for the rest of your family. Don't wait on them.
Yeah.
They will not come around because they're weak. They're not listening to this show. To the point where I did it with my mom, and I love my mom. I have a great relationship with my mom, but my mom would scream.
And his mom is wild for the night.
Right. But she started screaming at me the way she screams at everyone else. I go, you will not talk to me that way. And she tried to double down. I'm your mother. She tried to apologize later with
talk to her about your dad?
What? No, I'm just talking about my relationship with her.
But his relationship with his mom is much better now.
She does not scream and yell at me. She still screams and yells at other people occasionally when she loses her shit, but she will not do it to me. Because I told her.
Because you started checking her.
I started checking her, and I told her right up front too, not just like you have to tell her you have to tell your father specifically what it is, not just walk out of the room.
Do this, la 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 la.
You're being rude again. And I'm not sitting here. I'm not listening to you be rude and disgusting towards people.
I'm a grown man. You're being disrespectful, and there's family here. There's neighbors here, and then you feel as though you should be disrespectful to me.
Right,
and I'm a grown man, and I will not tolerate it. And I walk out.
But are you taking it too serious? I'm just playing around. No, you're not playing around. I'm not playing around. Stop doing it.
Yeah, because here's the crazy thing. Harry's mom used to torture her. She still tortures her dad. And so, you know what he avoids her like the play. Hadi, listen, there's a christening. And she'll go, Hadi, please tell that woman to stay away from me. Right? And so then he wants Harry to kind of buffer it because she goes, the same thing he does where he's like abusive. She come over to, oh, this Sultan. Oh, this Sultan, you have your harem.
Your harem.
You gave me herpes.
These are not exaggerations. For the first time tonight, Dante's actually quoting. These are actually excerpts from the voice.
You gave me herpes, and he'll do this at the wedding.
She'll do it right. We had to put a stop to it at some christenings to give her some warnings. But guess what he does? He doesn't go near her. He
avoids her like the plague. And I said, Harry, Harry, he was like, at first he was like, this is the way he is. And I go, yeah, but it's not the way he is because he doesn't do it with your mother.
He doesn't do it. He's not crazy. He's not helpless.
So you have to, your sanity has to be more important than this so-called respect that you're giving him when he hasn't even earned it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't kick him out of the car, but what happened?
The only time I lose my shit is with them.
But you shouldn't lose your shit.
No, you have to.
Because if you're angry, you look like the crazy guy that's yelling for no reason.
Yeah. That's why I just leave because I lose my temper.
But you have to still verbalize what the dynamic of what's going on.
Because you leaving is only there's a you got to understand there's a plausible deniability with what he's doing. So when you leave, he can go, well, he just got tired.
He's too sensitive.
He's too sensitive, and or he can just act like forget about any of it happened, and that's what my dad would do.
Yeah.
But now you have to instead of leaving, you're going to make it uncomfortable. You got to be comfortable making it uncomfortable for him. And you'll get there, but you got to start looking forward to it.
Trying to do now. I'm trying to get there.
Yeah,
you'll get there. You'll get there. It just takes practice over.
The moment they open their mouth, because most people I talk to, they don't understand that this doesn't just happen now. It's been happening since I was a kid. We used to get beat up a lot when we were kids, but then we grew up, and he can't beat us anymore.
So he verbally beat you.
Right. Yeah. Right. But it's also still bullying because he doesn't think you could touch him because you're not going to punch him. Yeah. That's the other thing with my dad.
Him. Yeah.
But the thing about verbal bullying is no one believes you, or no one cares. It's just speech. Like, why are you bothered?
Yeah. Don't worry that's about worse. The speech is worse because it sticks with you longer. My dad, I would in a crowded room during Thanksgiving grace, I would go, why would you talk to your son like that? If you don't like me and you don't love me, then let's establish that we could just not talk. But I can't imagine why you would say that to your only son. Why would you speak to me like that?
Yeah.
And he would go, you. I go, yeah. Well, it is what it is.
Sensitive.
Then don't say it.
Yeah. Yeah, then don't
because
say
I can't imagine why you would be kind to strangers,
right,
and then treat your son the way that you treat.
Because it's a facade, and he has to look good in front of them.
Yeah,
and also he can't get away with it.
Yeah.
To a stranger, because
and he doesn't want the strangers to see him for what he really is.
Right,
which is a bully.
Right. And the other thing about the verbal thing that's tougher is if my father or somebody took a swing at me, that's an easy one because now you go, oh, okay, we're doing this. Yeah. Now I can swing back. The problem with the verbal assaults is when someone does that to you, especially if it's a relative that you're supposed to respect or it's your father, you feel uncomfortable.
And they come to you from a loving way, like we care about you.
Yeah,
right.
No,
but you don't.
If that's how you care about me, then don't care about me. My dad,
like my ex's mom.
Yeah.
For 3 months after the divorce, she was like trying to fix things between quotes.
Yeah.
But all she did was just blame me for shit.
Yeah.
And the funny part is they blamed me for not forgetting things, yet they kept reminding me about the same untrue false shit from the start until even after the end of the marriage.
Yeah.
And I just realized why I was very upset with it. It's because no one believed me.
Yeah,
but the point is that your own family doesn't believe you. Your friends don't.
But when you're trying to, that's why it's important to
life.
be righteous yourself, because then you don't need other people's validation.
Ahmed, let me tell you something. Our stories are
changed.
Ahmed, our stories are
after.
Go for it, bud.
After during the divorce process, like everyone I spoke to, the moment they starting to push back against me, I'm like, I don't care. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're just trying to fix it. I don't want you to fix things. I already tried to do everything. I'm confident in my decision. You can either help me or you can fuck off.
Yeah.
And that worked. People stopped.
Yeah, right. Because see how it works.
I stopped talking to everyone. I stopped trusting everyone.
Yeah.
And I have been quiet since then. Like my coworkers, my friends, some of my friends, I'm with them every week. They said, "No, I'm divorced."
Yeah.
No one asked. I don't answer.
Yeah.
I just lost trust in everyone.
Well,
no one understands.
You have to realize that when you're righteous, it's just you on your own. I'm going through the same thing with my family and my grandfather. My father, absolutely, his piss poor decisions and his refusal to listen to me and his selfish reasons have made my grandfather sicker, and it's going to end his life a lot sooner, and my grandfather's suffering because of it. No one in my family fully believes it or understands it. The people I thought would help, at best, they tried to be impartial, which this is not an impartial situation.
Yeah.
They, and so some of them probably think I'm crazy.
I actually understand that.
Yeah, some of them think I'm crazy. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck. I know what the reality is. I gave you all the information. And also, it's not just that they don't.
And they're going to find out that you were right in the end.
They may never find out because he's a habitual liar. And
here's what's going to happen. I lived through this. They won't care even after he dies. Even after
correct.
They realize everything is wrong, everything they did is wrong, and that you're right. They're not going to say you're right.
You're right,
Ahmed.
Ahmed.
They're going to say, we didn't know.
You're right, Ahmed.
You're going to deny everything, and you're still going to be the crazy one.
It doesn't matter. You can be the crazy one, but here's the thing. People don't care about doing the right thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why that's why we have movies, because it's fun to have a movie about a whistleblower.
Yeah.
How many people have been offed?
Yeah.
For blowing a whistle? We don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing.
People
in your family.
want the status quo. People would rather the status quo. Nobody wants to stand up and say what's right and wrong.
And they're also selfish. I got my own things. My family that I brought into the situation, they didn't say it, but the reality is they're like, I mean, look, man, I got my own things going on.
Yeah. My dad, when he was on his deathbed, he used to throw shit at me when I would come and visit him. And I told my mom, I said, I'm not going to see him anymore.
Yeah.
And she was like, he's your father. You don't know how long I go. I'm okay with that. I said, but I don't have to go to a home, because, he had this fourth stroke, and he was like on a food tube, and, it's just a shitty existence. And
whatever, a little bit of muscle, the one arm that worked.
Yeah. And I'm going there every day to sit with him and spend time with him. And then my sisters would come in and he would treat me like trash. And I was like, I'm not going. And and I think for 2 months I didn't go see him. And then when he passed away, they were like, could you go and identify the body? And I went and identified the body, and I took the pictures off the wall, and I was like, guess who won?
and then one of the orderlies was like, where did you get a bottle of champagne? Sir, you cannot drink alcohol in here, you have to put out that cigar.
But I mean, you gotta be consistent to an extent where you take it there. Or I have told you this so many times that you're disrespectful, and I'm not going to sit here and let you be every time above and beyond.
And also, don't let it, whatever the location is, because what they'll do is, he's not going to do it in front of company. Yes, I will. He's not going to do it at you don't have Thanksgiving, but whatever Thanksgiving, you're not going to do it during holiday dinner. Oh, yes, I am.
Yo, I had the same problem with my sister. And my sister was being disrespectful to a girlfriend of mine, and I basically cussed her out. And her boyfriend said, hey, don't. And I knocked him out Thanksgiving Day. And when I hit him, he fell on the dessert cart, right?
See, now you went too far.
Three Stooges.
This is the only problem I have.
Sweet potato pie, the apple pie went in the air. It was... it was like, and they were like, Dante, what? Why? And I go, and I'm like, I don't give, stay the fuck out my face.
I don't think I heard the story.
Oh, yeah, dropped him. He was like, hey,
Day.
What are you, that's my woman, bang! And they were like, wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Anyways, thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
all right, Ahmed, I appreciate you, brother.
Just be consistent,
bro.
I
really hope that you guys and your sons or daughters end up in a better situation.
Oh, they will. They will. They will.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll pay. Ahmed, see you later, brother.
All right.
Put the number up there, Dom.
Yeah, the consistency is the key with all that.
Yeah, you gotta, and it's hard to stay.
You know what it's like in sports? Like if you go out there and every time you go, like there's a thing in hockey anyway. Yeah, that's why they had enforcers, right? Because Wayne Gretzky's not a big guy, right?
Yeah.
So, one of those big guys could easily tear him apart, except you send your big guy. If anybody skates within 2 feet of Wayne Gretzky, I'm going to break your ankles, right? So guess where they don't skate?
Yeah, they don't skate.
Now, one guy tried.
Yeah,
and then
he gets broke.
He got broke, got wheeled out on a stretcher.
You know who that was on the Knicks was
Oakley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles Oakley.
Oakley was beating up dudes after he retired. When he was assistant coach, he was like, he'd be like, all right, I'll see you after play.
I'll see you in the parking lot.
And they're like, wait a minute.
Wait, we came on a team bus. Whatever.
All right,
Team bus.
I'll see you in row 6.
Yeah.
Then.
Where are you flying out? LaGuardia?
He was, I just saw a documentary on him. And
I got to watch that. I love Charles Oakley.
They go.
Dude, I'm scared of Charles Oakley now. He still looks like he could beat the shit out of you. But the point is, guess what you don't do? You don't drive down the paint unless you're going to get... So it's the same principle of like, you can't do it some of the time.
Yeah.
Charles Oakley can't let you drive into the paint and just get a free layup.
And you know who they were talking about too? Old-time player, Buck Williams.
Sure.
This Buck Williams, they said one of the guys was on, how they have the podcast, these old basketball players.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He goes, man, my nose crooked right now. He broke my nose. I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.